Hello, friends. It's about to get 4 p.m. We are around 1 minute away. So as soon as it gets 4 p.m., we'll start with the session.
It's 4 o'clock.
Hello, friends. So let's start with this session. So I welcome you all to the Career in Programming session organized by Eckovation. This is the first webinar in our series of webinars that are going to happen in the Career in Programming session. So the purpose of this session is that to make you realize that there is a lot of technology that is around. You can see the technology ranging from your TV, your mobile phone, the internet, and everything. And all these technologies are right now influencing all the businesses and everyone around us. And you stand a chance to contribute into it and progress in your life. Let me first of all tell you about who I am. I am Akshat Goel with over 8 years of experience in programming. I passed out of IIT Delhi in 2012. I've since then I've worked in various fields in programming, starting with IoT, Android, iOS, and recently I've been working with ML and AI. So let me tell you a quick story of mine. So I got into IIT Delhi in 2008, got into mechanical engineering, which might seem like a little bit strange to you because after getting into IIT Delhi in mechanical engineering, I was constantly very passionate about computer science. So I had to find out my way. In the 4 years of my BTech, I did more than four internships and more than 15 projects, which basically helped me get a very good placement at the end of 4 years. Obviously, the lot of trainings that I did offline and online helped me a lot during my career. Salary for an Android developer starts from 8 lakh per annum, right? And for a machine learning engineer, it's 15 lakh per annum. So these are the kind of good earning potentials that you stand to achieve if you do things right. Now let's go ahead and start how this whole thing emerges. So code rules. So in the time that we are living in right now, internet is everything. Internet is influencing almost everything that you see around you. Almost every industry that you see, starting with manufacturing, automobile industry, or the retail industry, or anything, is being influenced by the internet. And then there is the internet industry of its own, starting with Facebook, Google, and all these companies, which are changing the way we live every day, right? And all of this These engineers who write code basically builds this internet. This internet is basically powered by a lot of servers which basically are constantly being developed by a lot of engineers that you are going to become. So if you're not in computer science, you must be thinking that you cannot be a part of this revolution. But I'll tell you can be, just like the way I did. You just have to plan things right so that you know you have the right kind of skills to basically contribute in this whole IT revolution that is happening right now. Even if you are in computer science, you cannot be relaxed because the state at which the Indian colleges are right now, the skills that they are imparting are not enough to be able to contribute into these professions like Android or full stack or machine learning effectively. So you need to constantly train yourself, you need to constantly learn enough skills so that you can, even after doing computer science with these skills, you can successfully get into these kind of jobs. What are the areas you can work in? So there is this drone delivery area that has suddenly come up. So all these companies, these online marketplaces like Amazon and Flipkart are trying to deliver your goods effectively at your doorstep using drones. And all of this happens with the automation algorithms that are encoded in these drones, which basically move things from one place to another. And there is IoT. IoT is right now the most researched topic in the IT domain, and a lot of these research is already starting to come up in the commercial domain. So you can see Samsung, which is already launching their devices which are connected over your mobile app, right? Like, so now you can control your Samsung TV, your Samsung like fridge, your Samsung AC, and everything through your mobile phone. And all of this is again happening through the cloud infrastructure, the code that is written in these cloud infrastructures, which is enabling the control of these devices over the internet. Then comes the area of artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence right now is everywhere. If you open your app and your app is recommending you something, you can be sure that it is happening through a recommendation system that they have written in its place. If you see your Google Maps, and if you see it navigating from one place to another, then you can be sure that it is using smart algorithms to basically check what all routes other people are taking, and it is trying to map your route on that route and trying to efficiently suggest you a route which will get you to that point in the shortest span of time. Similarly, now you can see these voice based systems, right, that have suddenly started developing a lot. So these Google Voice and the Apple Siri are all of these are examples of artificial in themselves. So with the right kind of skills, you can to build these algorithms even further, and also with the right kind of skills you can make your applications which basically use these artificial intelligence systems that have already been developed to add new functionalities in the products that you are making. And there is Android and obviously iOS are right now everywhere. So this whole internet revolution is being supported greatly through these mobile platforms. Now these mobile platforms enable you to do anything. So now you can order your your things at home, anything that you want at the click of a button on your mobile app, right? You can take courses, you can learn anything that you want, or you can even book movie tickets or anything that you can imagine can now be done on your smartphone, right? And all of that is enabled through these two big operating systems that we have, Android and iOS. So you can be one of those people, those engineers who are building these applications for these platforms. Virtual reality is again a very hot topic. All the games that you have right now are just being released in the VR domain as well. VR is also finding its application in the medical industry where new method of consumption of media is coming up. So so if you have the right kind of training, then you can start building your own applications in the VR domain. You can launch these applications in the VR marketplace, and also the VR content is now easily accessible through the lot of devices that you have, right? Like you have a Samsung Gear VR headset, which enables you to access all these games and applications in the VR as well. So what to do when you are in college? So right now you are probably, if you are in first year or second year, then I can suggest you to do two things. Explore as many areas as possible. So it would be very unfair if you are in first year or second year to select a particular area you want to master in, because since you are young right now, since you are just starting your career, you should not select a single area to work on. You should explore multiple areas. The areas that you want to explore are engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, electronics, and do it, right? But if you are just starting with your third year, you don't have a good internship offer in your hand, then you need to work very hard to basically get three things. First of all, go and upgrade yourself, upgrade your skills so that you can be sought after in the internships that you will be looking for. Then make projects. So on daily basis, I receive more than 50 resumes every day, right? And most of these resumes are not good enough. And you know why? The reason for that is that they don't have anything to showcase. They are just saying that they know this thing, they know that thing and stuff like that, but they don't have any project. They don't have any showcaseable thing that they can show that, okay, this is the thing that I have built. Okay. And this is the thing that most of the companies right now are looking for. They want people who have built things, who have built successful things in the past, so that they can be easily taken for internships and can be handed over some good projects to work on. So it is very important that while you are preparing to get a good internship, then make as many projects as possible and focus on some key areas. Since now you are in third year, you need to start focusing on one or two key areas where you are very much passionate about and you want to build your career in. So get your projects working, make sure that they are showcaseable on your resume, and then start applying for internships, and I'm sure that you will get a very good internship at the end of your third year. If you're already in fourth year, then there are two possibilities. Either you already have done a very good internship in your third year, or probably you haven't done a very good internship. So if you have already done a very good internship, then start focusing on competitive coding. Participate in as many competitions as possible, and try to build a habit, build a skill set of delivering projects, delivering programs fast, so that when you sit for your placements in the various company interviews, you can get a leverage through the competitive programming that you have done in your fourth year. Again, there is a possibility that you haven't done, or probably haven't done at all, any internship in your third year, right? Or probably your internship was not just good enough. Then again, you need to upgrade yourself, learn as many things as possible, and make some good projects again, which can then be showcased on your resume. Then start applying in as many companies as possible. It is it is very important that you don't wait for your college campus companies for visit, because probably if your college is not good enough, then there won't be many good companies visiting your campus, right? Then that is why build your resume in a good manner, and then start approaching companies outside the campus, so that you can be exposed to a lot of companies at the same time while increasing the chance of getting a good job offer before you graduate. If you're already in a fast job, then there is a possibility that you're in a wrong kind of job profile which you don't want. Then what I would suggest is that again, do this very simple thing: upgrade your skills, learn new things, try building some projects, and then probably show it in the workplace that you're currently trying to ask for a profile change, or maybe start applying outside the company.
It's 4:15.
You must know that whatever skills that you are learning right now will be useless 4 years down the line. So a very good example that I have for this is that in the front end development, in 4 years back, we used to develop everything in jQuery, right? Now jQuery cannot be seen anywhere. Now everyone is using React.js. So things have moved this far. Starting with development in jQuery, now everyone is developing their things on React.js, right? So the point is that you need to constantly invest in learning. You need to constantly learn new skills so that you can always be in demand. Also, even if you are in a good college, then you should understand that college education will not get you a job. Why? Because the college curriculum is not up to the mark. The things in the industry are changing so fast that the college curriculum just can't cope up. So in addition to whatever things you are learning in your college, you need to basically have enough skills that are right now at mark with the technologies that are being used in the workplace, so that you can always be employable. You yourself have to take initiative to learn the skills online or offline on your own. So earning potential is again the same slide that we were just discussing a couple of minutes back. So given all of these skill set, these are the kind of salaries that you can expect to earn if you have the right kind of skills. Now we'll get in deeper into the each and every job profile that currently is available in the market. So we have a full stack developer path. So this is a very popular career option. In full stack developer, what you have to do is that you have to build everything from back end to front end. So suppose if you have to build a mobile application, then you should have the enough skill set to basically make the backend, the server, making sure that an application is built, and then also making sure that the backend and the front end is connected well. So that is the work of a full stack developer. It's a very fruitful option. If you want to be a full stack developer, then try focusing both on front end as well as back end, and try building some good projects so that you can become an efficient full stack developer. Then there is front end developer. So front end developer is a subset sort of a subset of full stack developer. This position focus more on the front end, the part that you see on your browser. So for example, if you are using Facebook, then all the Facebook application that is currently being displayed on your browser is the work of a front end developer. So front end developer is subset of a full stack developer, and it goes very deep into the full stack developer doesn't go very deep into the front end or the back end. It makes sure that everything is working fine and everything works well. But in front end developer, you focus very deeply on the front end part of the application that you will make. Android engineer. So Android again is the full thing in which is a very viable and very fruitful career option in which you focus completely on building the mobile application. So for example, if you see a Book My Show app, or you see Eckovation app, or you see Flipkart app, all these apps are the work of a team of Android developers working together. If you see machine learning is a very good career option. In machine learning, you focus a lot on crunching data. So you need to have a very good analytical mindset. You need to be good in mathematics so that you can crunch a lot of data to get interesting insights to build new features for the customers. So for example, if you go to Amazon app, when you are scrolling through products, you see you might also like. So you might also like kind of options come through the enormous data that Amazon is having, and the algorithms that they have built around it to build that sort of features. So that is the work of a machine learning engineer. It requires Python, it requires R, it requires a lot of knowledge of how basic products work, how algorithms work. Also, it's very good if you have a good hold in mathematics. If you have that, then machine learning engineer is a very viable option for your career as well. iOS engineer is very similar to the Android one, just that the iOS developer team generally focuses on just the iOS platform. So it comes with Apple TV and your iPhone application and stuff like that. Very fantastic career if you want to like go it and become. If you love Apple, you love iPhone, then you should definitely give a thought becoming an iOS engineer. Social media marketing is again a very fruitful career option. If you are an engineer, if you have a very good interest in branding, if you are generally very interested about marketing, then social media marketing manager is a very good career option. It focuses on making sure that the company is presented well on all the social media platforms like Facebook, Google, Twitter, and stuff like that. And combined with the knowledge of marketing concepts and the sales concepts with the engineering mindset of analysis, it becomes a very good career option. You can be a Selenium engineer as well. So Selenium engineer is a very unknown sort of career path, but it is a very fruitful career option. So when products get complex, so you need to make sure that those products work fine at any point when you are making some changes into it. Okay, so Selenium engineer is the person who makes sure that everything in the product is working fine at any point in time. They make sure that all the things that are constantly being changed in the product is not breaking some existing functionality. So it involves a very different kind of mindset. So if you have a mindset of drilling into the products and trying to find out the defects and trying to find out that okay, this is not working good, this is not working that way and stuff like that, and if you have an engineering mindset as well where you know how these things have been built, this career option is a very good career option. Here you focus a lot on automation, making sure that the product is automatically tested to make sure that it doesn't break, and your skill set of being able to find bugs and mistakes in the built up products helps in becoming a viable career option in this path. Then comes the most interesting career path in all of the paths that I've discussed. That is the path of a user experience and user interface designer. If you are creative, if you have a lot of design sense, then you can go for this career path. In this career path, you focus on, for example, if I give you a mobile application, that okay, this is the thing that this mobile application needs to do, then you will be the person who will basically be placing all the elements on the screen, will be filling colors to it, will be designing everything, and making sure that the product and the interface that it finally gets solves the purpose of the customer. Greatly enough, Eckovation offers courses targeted at each of these career paths. So if you want to go ahead and select a possible career path in the paths that I've already discussed, you are very much encouraged to choose a course from Eckovation. Placements. So if you have the right kind of skills, and if you are aligned at one of these career paths effectively, then you can be very sure that you will be placed in one of these companies. Okay, like Flipkart, Snapdeal, Bookmyshow, Ecovation, Ola, Zomato, Uber, like all these companies and even many more are always hiring for all of these career paths that we have just discussed. So if you have the right kind of skills, then companies will be running after you, not you. Thanks for your time. Now we are opening this session for some Q&A, some questions that you might be having. We are live for another 30 to 35 minutes to basically handle any doubts that you might be having. Thank you. To basically handle any. Please share your doubts, whatever you are having. We are live right now to take your doubts, whatever you are having. So Aditya Ranjan is having a question about electronics engineer getting into coding, what to do. So that is a very good question that Aditya is having. So the people who are into electronics right now, you should understand that you are in a very good position, you're in a very good stream. Okay, you should start again, you should start figuring out what are the areas that you are interested in. Okay, start start with some coding courses. Okay, start start with something that interests you. For example, if you're interested in full stack, right, then start with some C++, Java, and then start building some projects, and then take take it forward from there. Okay, and if you're an electronics engineer, then very good opportunity that you have is that you are already taught some coding in your engineering, right? So build those concepts in engineering. Also understand you also understand how electronics work, right? So IoT is a very good opportunity that you will be having. Okay, if you combine your coding skills with the electronics concepts that you have learned, you can very well be able to get a good placement in the IoT field as well. So now I have a question that how do people who don't have any coding experience, about how do they get into this? So this is a very good question actually, because I was in this position around 10 years back myself. Okay, and you know what I did? What I did was that I took a thing which interested me. So at that time, there were a lot of websites that were coming up, right? So I was very much interested in, okay, how this website is built. So I started in a very small manner, started building some website. Okay, the most of them were not static. They were most of them were not dynamic. They were just static website. I simply opened my notepad. started writing out some code. I was reading books. I was taking courses online and offline. I was trying to reverse engineer the existing products. So reverse engineering is very important. So unless you reverse engineer the products outside you, you cannot be a good developer. So start. So I started reverse engineering. I started reading books, taking courses online and offline, and then slowly I built the first website of mine. It was a very basic website, but I built it. Okay. And then slowly I started adding more and more features into it. And within a couple of years, I was I was a very good developer, having experience in multiple areas. Okay. And one very important thing that you should do after you have spent sufficient time learning and building projects is that you should go ahead and do some good internships or projects with someone. Okay. So that is another very good thing that you can do. I have another question which says how to get started with IoT. So I'll tell you. So first of all, have a good command in C and C++. Okay, C and C++ both should be the areas where you already have a knowledge. Okay, first of all, do that, and then
It's 4:30.
and then start indulging yourself in robotics. Okay, robotics, I would say, is the starting point of IoT. Although people say that okay, robotics is not linked with IoT, but I would say it is, because what is electronics is the physical manifestation of the code that you are writing, right? So whatever code that you write, if you have some concepts in robotics, if you know how to handle Arduino, if you know how to handle motors and everything, you will be in a position to basically have your basic electronic setup, right? And you will be in a position to basically write your C++ code and burn it into the microcontroller, right? Once you have those concepts, you will be very easily able to step yourself into the IoT domain, because IoT domain is essentially a network of sensors that are interconnected together and with the cloud, with a very sophisticated code running across the devices and on the cloud, which is ultimately controlling all of these things. So start learning C, start learning C++, then take up some basic starting courses in robotics, and then get yourself into IoT. So that is my answer to that question. The another question that I have is that what should a second year student be focusing on? Very simple. Let me just turn on my camera because I just noticed that still just the PPT is coming. So let me just open my camera. Yeah. So what should a second year student be focusing on? So a second year student basically should be focusing on exploring as many things as possible. Okay. So 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 don't focus on just one area. Okay, maybe get yourself into Android development, get yourself into some machine learning, get yourself into full stack. Once you have sufficient knowledge of at least one of these areas, then try to see what is the thing that interests you the most. Okay, once you have figured out that okay, this is the thing that interests me the most, then start building projects. Okay, once you have some projects which you can showcase, then start finding internships. There are many internship portals out there. One of them is obviously Eckovation as well, or you can go to other internship portals that are out there and start applying for internship in the various companies, showcasing your resume and your projects that you have built. Then slowly you will definitely land into a good internship opportunity. It might be paid or it might be unpaid, and then take it forward from there. So I hope that answers your question. So if I summarize it, I would say learn as many areas as possible, then find out which areas interest you the most, build a lot of projects into it, apply for internships, get a good internship. That is it. That is the mantra for a student who is in second year. Okay, so the next question that we have is that how to be good in coding from first year. So I'll tell you, no one is good at coding. Okay, there is absolutely no person who is automatically good at coding, right? So the only way you can be good at coding is that you have to keep on coding, right? That is the only thing. You just keep on practicing. You just keep on making projects. Maybe take a project by your own mind, that you just imagine some project that you want to work on, just keep on building it for next couple of months. Or maybe then, as I said before, take up an internship or collaborate with someone and do start building things. So when you build things, there is a very interesting thing that happens. There is a thought in your mind, right? And that thought is converted into a real working product. Okay, and the thing, the process that happens before it, between the idea and the final product, is the main engineering domain, right? So the more time you spend on it, the more cycles you run through it, the better you will become at coding, basically at coding at or in general project. So if you're in first year, start again, think of something, and then get on to it and build it in next couple of months. Okay, and there was also a question how to keep yourself motivated. So there is a very important, this is a very important question, how to keep yourself motivated. I'll tell you. So the way I keep myself motivated is that I always see the impact my products are having. Okay, so if I'm with a team of students, or if I'm with a company which is making a product, right? So that product is actually going into the hands of a consumer, right? And it is changing their life in a small manner, right? So this itself is such a satisfying experience, that okay, I built something, that thing is now in the hands of a consumer, and that consumer is using it and enjoying on his or her own, right? So that is a very nice feeling that is there. And that, just that feeling itself is is so great that I can keep myself motivated on almost anything that I'm working on. Okay, so summarizing the question about how to keep yourself motivated, I would say, try to link, try to see the impact that your products are having, and then the products or the projects that you are working on, and then you will automatically be very much motivated. So a lot of people are asking about the second year question again. I'm sure I have already made that point clear. Okay, I have been told that the people are not able to see myself. Yeah, okay. So now I'm sure you, all of you, can look at me. Okay. So now again, there is a question how EC students can get into programming. I have already told that it is ECE right now is a very good stream that you are in, because you already have a lot of area and a lot of leeway to get into IoT. So keep your concepts of electronics on, and basically start doing C++ courses and some more programming courses, and choose a career path, like for example full stack or Selenium or Android or iOS development or anything that you can imagine, and then start it from there. So that is my take on it. Take courses online and offline, take trainings online and offline, try getting into some good companies internship. If it is paid, very good. If it is not paid, then even unpaid internship is fine. But make sure that you are doing real stuff. Okay, a lot of people come to even to me asking for an internship, that okay, sir, please give me the certificate and like stuff like that. So don't indulge yourself into that kind of thing. Try to do internships, try to do work in places which are doing real things. You'll definitely be able to get into one. Any good idea for minor project in CS? That is a very interesting question. Uh, try to look for some problems that you are having in day-to-day basis, right? So this problem that I've been facing in last couple of months is that there is a water tank at my home that keeps on overflowing, right? And right now I have a very stupid kind of alarm which just rings whenever the tank is full, right? So I want to build a sort of an IoT sort of thing in which there is a water level indicator, and the pump and everything is connected with an Arduino board, and I should be able to like control that thing with my mobile phone, and I should even be able to like have a scheduler sort of thing, which basically automatically turns on the motor at a specific time of the day. This is a very small project that Okay, so there's this question: how can one be an expert in C, C++, Java? So again, so what I suggest in that in this thing is that for C and C++, you generally don't find a lot of good companies working on, right? So there are companies which are super big, but they are very hard to get into. I'll tell you very practically, the companies which are working in C and C++ right now are very hard to get into. So start with basics of C and C++ and indulge yourself into the competitive coding. Okay, so there are there are a lot of competitions that are happening online, coding competitions, which generally are in C and C++. So try to get in those competitions. Excuse me. So that you are able to hone your skills in algorithms and in the C and C++ language. Okay, and for Java, I have a specific thought. So Java in isolation doesn't exist. Okay, so a lot of people ask me that how can I learn Java, and in the question that I ask them is that learning Java like in isolation makes no sense. So there are three very big industry applications of Java. So one application of Java is again big data. You have Hadoop, and you have a lot of machine learning stuff going on in Java. So either make that as a goal and do projects in Java in that field, or you can make backend development in Java. So, for example, you learn basic Java and then you start developing dynamic websites in Java. So, that is another thing that you can do. Or again, you can start with Android. So, you build on your Java concepts and then try to do as many things as possible in Android. That is also a way you will get good at Java. Okay, because getting good at Java in isolation is not a very good goal to be to be following basically. So try to pick a particular area which you want to get good at, and then learn Java with respect to that. Then you will be doing good in your career. So how does Eckovation recruit students for internships? So we always have a lot of openings for people for internships in a lot of areas. Okay, so they are always available on the last on the in the latest job portals that you see. We give all our students some assignment to work on. So there is a first round that goes with all the applicants, and then there is a assignment to work on. Once they are through with the assignment, once they submit that assignment, we then do an HR round, and after that we basically like take them for the internship. And that is pretty much the procedure that is followed by all of these companies. I'll tell you. So for the 100 applicants I shortlist, hardly 50% of them appear for the first round of telephonic interview. And for the 50 people who appear for the telephonic interview, hardly 10 or 15 people actually submit their assignments. And the people who submit their assignments, about just five of them are finally selected. That is the kind of thing. So if you are sincere enough, and if you are like willing enough to give and dedicate yourself into a particular position, then you will definitely get through almost any interview. Uh, Equation for sure. Yes, machine learning is related to IoT. In fact, machine learning is related to everything. So machine learning, what is machine learning? Machine learning is the area where you enable a machine to take decisions on its own, right? So it's like a human being. So there are a lot of variables, right? There is where I'm in most there is what is there, the light power is there or not. If I'm having a hangover or something like that, on the basis of all these parameters, I do something, right? So when these parameters explode, so for example, if you get into the problem of weather prediction, there are so many things, there are so many variables that are acting on that it becomes incomprehensible for a person to make a decision on it. Okay. And that is where the machine learning comes in. Machine learning looks at the previous data, looks at the all the variables that you have, and then tries to make an efficient outcome, tries to predict an outcome that will be there on the basis of those variables. That is machine learning. Now this machine learning can be applied anywhere. That machine learning can be applied in the problem of controlling sensors, which comes into the domain of IoT, or it can be applied to the problem of, say, listening to music, right? And that comes to the domain of, say, Android applications, or it can
It's
be
4:55.
it can come to even financial markets, right? Trying to write algorithms which can then trade in the stock market efficiently. So machine learning is a very versatile area. Wherever you have data, wherever you have decisions to make, wherever you have a lot of factors that are affecting a problem which is incomprehensible for a human being, machine learning comes into the picture. The next question I have is there a good future in .NET? I would say that a lot of startups and the current level of companies that are there, okay, the current breed of companies is mostly on open source. Okay, so just learning .NET is not a very fruitful career option, I would say. Okay, you should have .NET as an add-on skill set. You should know .NET, but just learning .NET and making your things into it is not a very viable thing to do. Okay, get yourself into some open source languages as well, for example Java, Python, and stuff like that, and so that it will so that those career options have better job opportunities as compared to .NET. Okay. I'm just reading out the questions that you guys are sending, so just hold on for a moment. Okay, so Ecovation offers a very fantastic course. That is the robotics course that involves both computer science and electronics. I'm myself very excited about that course. That course involves the knowledge of C++, and the knowledge of electronics, like enabling the control of capacitors, resistors, and stuff like that. And it enables you to build your own robot in just the matter of 6 weeks. Okay, this is a very fantastic course that we are having, robotics course. Okay, we are also launching the IoT course. In fact, we have already launched it, but the classes are going to begin in December. So that is also a very fantastic course, and that also involves a lot of knowledge of electronics and programming. Okay, so by now, I'm sure you must be knowing about Ecovation. So Ecovation is a social learning platform that connects student, parents, and teachers. Ecovation offers a lot of courses. Okay, these courses are skill oriented. These are the courses which basically get you a job. Very practically, they get you a job. Okay, they train you in the concepts that are currently being used by the people in the workplaces. So starting with with full stack development, with big data and stuff like that. So those are the courses that we are offering. We have over 15 plus courses being offered to all the people in engineering. Okay, lakhs and lakhs of students every year do courses with us. We have been there offering courses for more than 3 years, so it has been running very successfully. If you want to select a possible career path that we just talked about, then you should definitely choose Eckovation. That is my advice to you. So okay, so there is a question that why we have started certification courses of our own. So we have started certification courses of our own because we have a lot of requests that were coming from a lot of students, right? That they are not able to learn the right kind of skills from a reliable source. Okay, on day-to-day basis, I take lots and lots of interviews. I constantly see that there are certain things that are just not there in the students, right? And those things can easily be learned. Okay, those things are not rocket science, but the point is that if you don't know those things, then there is no chance that you will be getting a good career in the job market, right? So that is the reason that we thought that okay, we should standardize the the education. We should standardize the way engineering has to be taught, and then we launched our own certification also with all these courses, so that all the people who are graduating from our courses can then tell in the areas, in the companies, wherever they go, that okay, they know this stuff, they claim to know. Okay, so that is the primary reason we launched our like certification courses of our own. So the areas, the exact number of areas, if you want to know, that we are covering right now is like starting with Android development. We are covering web development. We are covering robotics course, about which I just talked about. We also have a fantastic game development course, which again is on .NET framework. I think one of you was asking question on .NET. So yes, game development uses a lot of .NET in it. So we have a game development course which uses a lot of .NET to basically make your own Angry Birds and Clash of Clans like of game sort of game in just 2 months. So we have a Python course which is used a lot in big data and data science. So anywhere you go in big data and data science, you will see that the Python is getting used. So we have a flagship Python course as well. We have a course in C programming as well as data structures. So a lot of engineering students are doing courses in data structures with us, so that they as an add-on to whatever they are studying in their college, because our data structure course is very very much oriented with the practical things, so you get a lot of know-how of that. We have a Java course, then we have a course on entrepreneurship, so you can learn a lot of things about fundraising. You can about pitch decks and in pitching to investors, and how to make a business model and stuff like that in our entrepreneurship course, taken by a lot of experienced entrepreneurs from IIT Delhi and IIMs. Okay, we have a social media marketing course as well, where you get a lot of know-how about Facebook marketing and Google marketing. It is taken by a digital marketing person who is from IIT Delhi and has great experience, great industry experience in digital marketing. So if you are looking like in making your career in social media marketing, then you should definitely look into that course as well. We have a course in MATLAB and SolidWorks. So MATLAB and SolidWorks is used a lot in your electronics and engineering, in mechanical engineering domain. So you should definitely look into that if you are going ahead and making your career in mechanical with a lot of coding into it. Then you should definitely look at the MATLABs and SolidWorks course. We have a course on big data. So again, as we talked about, that if you know Python, if you know Java, and if you don't know any of these and you want to make a career in big data, then you should obviously opt for our big data course. It helps you build a lot of predictive modeling. It helps you learn how to crunch terabytes of data in just about 6 weeks. Okay, so we have a full stack course, a very great course, I would say, goes through each and every aspect of backend to front end in JavaScript, and JavaScript focus on Node.js on the backend and React.js on the front end. It's the fantastic course, has almost all the cutting edge technologies that are there in use in the job market right now. Okay, all the big companies are using that sort of things. So we have a graphic design course. If you have a good graphic sense, design sense, if you want to like build your career in the UX UI domain, then you should definitely give a shot to our graphic design course. In that course, within a span of 2 months, you will be able to make your very beautiful, nice interfaces of your own. Okay, we have a IoT certification course. That course right now has been launched for enrollments. The course is going to start in December. It is one of the most fantastic course that we have on Eckovation, because in the IoT certification course we send you a kit, we send you a Raspberry Pi, we teach you enough C, C++, and Python so that you will be able to control your own home, your own devices at home in your certification, in your by the skills that you learn from the IoT course. Okay, so let's come on to the next questions that we might be having. Okay, so a link to all of these courses has been shared by Rohit sir in the discussion, in the live chat that is going on the YouTube. So do give it a shot. Okay, if you want to have a good career, have good internships, then you should definitely look into that. There is a fantastic combo course that we have recently launched. Okay, it gives you access to all of these 15 courses that we are having right now, and it gives you 1 year mentorship from me. Okay, so I will be talking to you on weekly basis, guiding you on how you need to learn and how you need to progress. So I will be helping you map out your whole career. Okay, and while also ensuring that you have deep knowledge of all these 15 areas that we have packaged into that single course. Okay, the combined value for these courses is more than 80,000 rupees. Right now there is a discount going on those courses, in which we are offering it at just at 15,000. So if you want to like look into that, then I encourage to look into that. So there is a challenge that people face, right? Maybe your college is not in a city. Okay, if your college is not in a big city, then there is a lot of pain in going through in finding out the right kind of instructor, right kind of trainer. And the offline trainings that are generally available in the college is not up to the mark, because they are not just they just don't have enough industry experience, right? So all the Ecovation courses are taken by industry experts. So the pain of searching for a good trainer ends at Ecovation. So if you take one of the Ecovation courses, you can be assured that you can do you will be learning from the best, and you will be learning the best things. Okay, so I hope this webinar sort of helped you. We will keep you informed about the future sessions. Okay, through the emails that we have taken in the Google Forms or the WhatsApp groups that you have been made a part of. And do register with your email and phone number in that Google form that we have shared. We will be taking more such sessions, and we'll be adding you to our WhatsApp groups, so that in the future, whenever there is a new session, you can be informed. And also you can also send in some questions that you might be having to our official email addresses. I'll make sure that I answer to all of you. So there might be some delay because I keep on getting a lot of queries from all the students, but I'll try to answer each one of you. Okay. For the future webinars, we will also be taking some suggestions about the topics. So if you want a specific topic to be covered in the future webinars, please do give us a shout. We'll be very happy to cover the topics and the concerns that you might be having. Okay. So with this, I would like to sign off from you guys. It was fun talking to you. I hope my knowledge sort of like benefited you. Wherever you are, whoever you are, just focus on learning new skills and upgrading yourself. Right? Either you do courses with Eckovation or you don't do courses with Eckovation. Doesn't matter. The base point is that you should learn new things. You get into good projects, you get good jobs, and you progress in your life. Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot for your time. Thank you.